Jiří Procházka takes on Carlos Ulberg this Saturday at UFC 327. This is for the vacant light heavyweight championship belt since Alex Pereira has vacated and moved up to take on Cyril Gane to be the first 3-division UFC champ. And I think he's got a pretty decent shot at it. So pretty excited for that fight. Excited for this fight. Carlos Ulberg on a pretty extensive winning streak stemming back to 2022. Recently had a first-round knockout over Dominic Reyes in his first UFC main event back in September. And Jiří Procházka on a 2-fight winning streak with finishes over Jamal Hill and Khalil Roundtree Jr. And Ulberg is very clean with the striking, likes to keep it technical on the feet. Jiří's wild, looking to make it a scrap, a war of attrition. So the question here is, can Jiří pull Ulberg into a war and find his chin on the feet, make him kind of tire out and get wild, wear on his ability to maintain his offense and his defense on the back foot. Ulberg's on a 9-fight winning streak. He's an orthodox striker, has really good distance control, fast hands, good speed. Left hook is very clean and nasty. He's got powerful counters on the back foot, technical boxing, grips to the body very well, good kickboxing combinations. Uses really good setups and feints for his combinations, has heavy leg kicks, and just mixes everything up really well. He's been dropped and KO'd once in his career in his first ever UFC fight. It was his debut against Kennedy Nzechukwu in a fight that he was starting to take over, was having a lot of success over Nzechukwu, maybe gassed himself out going for the finish. But outside of that, haven't really seen him in trouble. He's got good defense, doesn't take a lot of punishment or damage, has good range on the feet. He will be at a 3-inch reach disadvantage in this one. And Jiří, though, he's been fighting really good competition. If you look through, Khalil Roundtree Jr., Jamal Hill, former champ, Alex Pereira, his only 2 losses, Alexander Rakic, Glover Teixeira, Dominic Reyes, Volkan Ozdemir. He's been fighting very high-level guys his entire UFC career, coming in from the Ryzen promotion. But he has been hurt, he has been dropped, KO'd, hurt to the legs. He's really had to dig out of holes and get out of bad situations to come from behind to find wins, whereas Ulberg's been pretty consistent, not taking tons of damage, not really getting into trouble outside of the Nzechukwu fight. And Jiří, in a war with Ozdemir, got hurt in round 1, had a absolute firefight with Dominic Reyes where he was hurt in round 2, shooting takedowns, losing the Glover Teixeira fight before he got the submission win, was getting his legs battered and beat up by Rakic before he got the KO, and was down 2 rounds versus Khalil Roundtree before coming back in the 3rd round and getting the KO. He had a really impressive performance in the Jamal Hill fight before that, though. Think about becoming a member. It's $2.99 a month. Just click that join button down below. Just helps to support the channel. You also get a little bit exclusive content like full card breakdowns, some betting analysis on DraftKings, and we'll start to add some more exclusive content down the road. So again, thanks for the support, guys. Back to the video. So outside of the Alex Pereira fights, which are his only 2 losses in the UFC, he's able to find ways to win and find ways to really pull it out of the fire. And we've seen Ulberg in a hole one time, and he faded in that Nzechukwu fight. We haven't really seen him be in trouble and have to really grit out of it, bite down on the mouthpiece and get a win. And that could be due to just his skill level, just that he's very good, not really, being put in those positions. But I feel like it's a very important unknown going into this fight. Granted, his performance against Nzechukwu, where he slowed down and got KO'd, it was 5 years and 10 fights ago. But he's never been 5 rounds. He's trained 1 time for a 5-round main event, but it ended in the 1st round. And Jiří has the cardio and the pace and the toughness to really put it on guys and weaponize that cardio. Really use his chin, his toughness, his forward aggression to make guys have to really throw to kind of keep him off of him as he's pushing in really wildly. And fights at a high pace, starts to take over as the fights progress. So Ulberg's made fights close in the past, gone to really close decisions. The Jan Blachowicz fight, he hasn't fought the best level of competition. He was 3-0 on the regional scene against regional cans before KOing a decent guy in Dana White's Contender Series to get into the UFC. And Volkan's a good win. He's underrated. Jan Blachowicz, always a good win, but Jan Blachowicz was 42 at the time, and he didn't look the best in his performance after that against Bogdan Guskov his last time out. And Ulberg barely squeaked by him in that fight. It was very close. And Dominic Reyes, again, good win, but Dominic Reyes has been KO'd 3 times in the UFC. His chin's been kind of suspect as of late. But Ulberg, he can only fight the opponents that are put in front of him. And I think that he's just too clean on the feet, stays technical, stays composed, willing to make it boring and really pick his shots and not engage in a firefight or really put himself in tons of danger. Does a good job of using the leg kicks defensively and to maintain his range. And Jiří struggles with checking kicks. We saw that in the Rakic fight, the Pereira fight, the Roundtree fights. He has that wide stance where he can't really turn the knee out, and so he's just there to be calf kicked. And I feel like Ulberg has the countering ability, the ability to dictate the range and kind of how the fight takes place. And I think he'll have success kind of pulling Jiří into his big movements, his counter with the left hook, stepping back, planting, landing the 1-2 like we saw him do in the Dominic Reyes fight. And I think that Jiří's style just plays right into Ulberg's style. We'll be looking to pull the offense out of Jiří in order to counter him. Jiří can be hit, and Ulberg has fast counters, fast hands. This guy's push in, has a really good check left hook moving backwards as well. Good defense, can take his shots, got a pretty decent chin. And I think he's just a little bit more crisp in the pocket in the exchanges with his multi-punch combinations, cuts angles a little bit better with his footwork, and mixing up the targets to the body, to the head, to the legs, you know, ending hand combinations with head kicks. And I can see him starting to get ahead of Jiří, start to frustrate Jiří, who won't have success exploding in with his big moments. Maybe he'll start to throw caution to the wind, get a little bit more reckless as the damage piles up and he tries to get it back. Similar to what we saw with Reyes versus Ulberg, who was kind of tentative and frustrated, and then when he did decide to go, he got sparked out. So I think that Jiří can win this fight, throw off Ulberg's technical style with his wild kind of marauding style, find success in the chaos, in the transitions, use his herky-jerky style, just being unpredictable, and just make it gritty versus the pretty clean style that Ulberg likes to fight with. Shoot takedowns to mix it up. I could see him maybe getting behind, but starting to take over as the fight progresses, you know, into the championship rounds. I just don't know if he can do that in this one if Ulberg starts rolling downhill. So I'm gonna go with Ulberg. I think he can get this one done by KO or decision. I haven't looked at the odds. Jiří is a -142. I honestly thought Ulberg would probably be a 2-1 favorite going into this one. But again, Jiří, been a champion, fought at a very high level his entire UFC career, has some momentum going into this one, is the younger guy. So I can understand why they would do that. But I'm gonna go with Carlos Ulberg. I think he gets this one done. Thanks.